then, do you ever wonder what NBA player would best suit Steph Curry as a teammate? We're about to find out right now. Now let's take a look at a few of the rosters. The first one that interests me is Steph Curry teamed up on the 76ers with Harden and Embiid. And it's an interesting backcourt dynamic. They're both really good playmakers, can really shoot. But the Harden and Embiid experiment not doing too great. Injuries, ball dominancy. But Embiid and Tyrese Maxey really good. So maybe Steph Curry with Joel Embiid will be really good. Now, probably the most dominant one would be Steph Curry on the Bucks. With Steph Curry and Giannis on the same team, that's the best of both worlds, the best inside, the best outside. You already know what the deal is. Steph Curry on the Celtics, who they just beat in the championship last year. Steph Curry added onto a team with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum would be nasty on the perimeter. Now, a sleeper team would be with the Clippers with Steph Curry, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. In real life, they don't play that much because injuries and whatnot and like a little choky. But with Steph Curry, that might bring him over the hump. Now, this might be the most exciting backcourt in the league. Top two for sure. Ja Morant and Steph Curry on the same team. That'd be dangerous. The Atlanta Hawks, Steph Curry with the little baby Steph Curry and Trae Young. Along with DeJounte Murray, this team would be really exciting. I don't know about their defense though. Now the Heat roster is not a great roster, but they play well together. They're well coached, but Steph Curry added in with Jimmy Butler would be pretty interesting, I'd say. Something that could have happened in real life if they didn't draft James Wiseman. It would have been paired up with Steph Curry and LaMelo Ball. Now we get to see how that looked. Light the beam! De'Aaron Fox with Steph Curry and Domantas Sabonis. This would be interesting, just moving from Golden State to the Sacramento Kings. Who knows? Maybe they make the playoffs. Now, I'm sorry, all you Knicks fans. Steph Curry in a Knicks jersey, not real life, but in the video game, maybe. Maybe they make the playoffs. Probably not. I don't know. Steph Curry joining LeBron James on Los Angeles Lakers. Steph Curry. Russell Westbrook is a shooting guard. I know, should be a six man, but we'll see how it works. With LeBron James and Anthony Davis, two of the top, I don't know, 7, 8 players in the NBA, going and adding Steph Curry. Now this might be a real championship team right here. Steph Curry and Bol. Steph Curry and Luka Magic paired up. That might be who Luka needs to bring him over the top. Now to the dark side Lakers, the Brooklyn Nets. Steph Curry paired up with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. Not to mention Ben Simmons, the best shooter in the league and the worst shooter in the league. Who knows? Maybe what happens, they win a championship. Who knows? Steph Curry and the Joker. Couple of MVPs dominating the late half of the 2010s. Steph Curry playing off guard to Tyrese Halliburton. Guys averaging like a million assists per game with no turnovers. Now this one is a sleeper team as well, like the Clippers. Steph Curry with Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, and Zion Williamson. All that spacing for Zion. Never know, might be a real championship contender. Drake! Steph Curry in the point god with Devin Booker. Might be making some noise in the West. Thunder trading a million picks for Steph Curry. Might make him a 2 seed. Might make him an 11 seed. Who knows? Rudy Gobert, Karl Towns, Anthony Edwards, D'Angelo Russell. With Steph Curry, this team's for sure a 9 seed. Playing in the play-in. Now maybe the two best three-point shooting point guards of all time on the same team. Damian Lillard, Steph Curry. You gotta feel bad for Damian Lillard. He's just in the NBA at the wrong time. He could really be Steph Curry, but Steph Curry is Steph Curry. And a little Anthony Simons off the bench, that's a dangerous team. Now your normal Golden State Warriors, they already got Steph Curry, so I didn't make any changes. And the Washington Wizards is a sleeper team out of the East in my opinion. Steph Curry, Bradley Beal, that's an electrifying backcourt. With Kuzma and Porzingis in the front court, that's a lot of offense and a lot of space. Now remember, Steph Curry is on every single team, so every game's gonna involve Steph Curry. 2 of them actually. So we're gonna be watching the Warriors and just seeing how things line up. And let's take a look at through November 26th, Thanksgiving. See how the regular Warriors do. And they're out to a blistering start. They've only lost 2 games, and it's both on Mondays. Monday is my least favorite day of the week too, so I understand. But through the first simulation here, they are 12-8, which is not bad because they are just the Warriors. All the other teams are basically super teams. This is just the regular Warriors. In the first game of the year, let's take a look. They lost to the Lakers. The Warriors, Steph Curry, their OG, was 10 of 25 from 3. Holy cow. 47 points. Draymond Green, 18 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists. Don't be hating on my man Draymond Green. That's Lil LeBron right there. They're probably getting used to playing together. 27 for LeBron, 7 assists. The Warriors lost to the Pelicans. Now that's the most interesting team to me. Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum are probably going to go off a lot because the other team's got to guard Zion and Steph, so they're going to have a lot of room to work. And it's evident here, Brandon Ingram with 48 points, CJ with 27, Steph Curry 12 assists. Matter of fact, they lost to him twice. The Pelicans are all over these Warriors, even though Steph Curry didn't have a great game, but 5 steals. And the other sleeper team out of the West is the Clippers. Dominated them also. The real Steph Curry with 44 points. But Paul George really feeding off Steph Curry, 9 of 11 from 3, almost a 50 ball. Now it's simulated till December 31st, New Year's Eve. The Warriors are on a little bit of win streak, 3 in a row, but they're losing 2 in a row. 3 in a row they've lost. They got blown out. 4, 5 in a row. Blown out to the dark side Lakers. 6 in a row, 7 in a row. And they finally bounced back against the Jazz and the high-scoring Trailblazers. Let's take a look at that game. Steph Curry with 48, Clay with 33, the Splash Bros. Look at the new Splash Bros. Lillard was 49, Steph with 30. That's really good. 153 points from the Real Warriors, 144 from the Trailblazers. That's crazy. Imagine if these two guys were on the same team. I might be a Trailblazer fan. Now let's go to February 10th, right after the trade deadline. I really want to see mid-season stats. That's what I'm looking forward to. Is the team with the Lakers really good? Is Anthony Davis doing really good because he's got LeBron and Steph? Is Steph with the Trailblazers really good? Is Steph with the Wizards really good? That's what I thought. Steph in the Celtics? Is Steph in the Bucks with Giannis? That's probably the best team. I would think so, because it's the Bucks, and all they did was add Steph Curry. So I'm really interested to see what the records and what the stats are. Here after the trade deadline on February 10th, the Warriors are 25-30 going against all these other super teams that have Steph Curry. Really levels the playing field for every team, so anybody might be number one seed. All right, taking a look at the West first, the number one seed is the Phoenix Suns, which is probably not a surprise because they're the best team in the West, and they add in Steph Curry. Can't get worse by adding Steph Curry. They have 23 losses though. The Dallas Mavericks is step by step right there with them. Maybe Steph Curry was the missing piece to the Luka Doncic problem. The Pelicans, that sleeper team, the third seed with 23 losses as well. The Thunder, like I said, could be a 2 seed, could be 11 seed. They're sitting there in third place. They're only a game and a half back of the number one Suns. The Jazz, that's a surprise team. The Grizzlies, the Clippers, the Nuggets, and then like I said, the Timberwolves are currently the 9 seed. I don't know how I predicted that, but they're under 500. I don't think anything can solve Rudy Gobert and Karl Towns on the same roster. The Lakers are a 10 seed. That's really bad. The Warriors are 11. The Kings, not great. Spurs, Rockets, Trailblazers are the last place team in the West. That's a total surprise to me. They can't play defense. They have 41 losses and they give up 131 points per game. Now let's take a look at the East. That's a surprise to me. The Chicago Bulls are the number one seed with only 13 losses. They're the best team in the league by 10 games. Then the Nets, of course, they're probably the most talented roster. The Heat, like I said, interesting roster lineup, well coached. The Cavaliers, don't sue me everyone. I accidentally took off Darius Garland off the team, but it didn't seem to hurt him that much. They're the 4 seed with Darius Garland. They're probably the 3 seed. I apologize. The Philadelphia 76ers, that's interesting that they're so far down there. The Raptors are really good. The Celtics are the 7 seed. They're 500. So did they get worse or did everybody else just get better? I don't know. I think every team has Steph Curry, so everybody should really be kind of in the same spot. If you're really good, you'd still be really good, but obviously not. Charlotte Hornets are the 8 seed with Lonzo, with LaMelo and Steph. Now, the guys out of the playoffs so far at the halfway point is Indiana. The Bucks. Whoa, that's the biggest surprise so far, actually. I take back the Western Conference. This is the biggest surprise so far. They're under 500. Wow. The Hawks, no defense. The Knicks, Pistons, bad. Magic, bad. Wizards, I thought they'd be better, but they're clearly the worst team in the NBA. They only have 6 wins. Now let's simulate till the day before the last game of the season. See if some teams can really bounce back because there was really surprising in the standing. If you like this video so far, please hit the subscribe button. We'll do more players like this, see more content like this, but I really appreciate you guys' support on this video. The Golden State Warriors are doing horrible in the month of February. They have 2 wins. That is not good if you're an NBA basketball team. But they're at 33 wins, I'd say. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. They're 11th in the conference, but that's fair. They're best players on every other team. So with 1 game remaining in the regular season, let's take a look at the stats for the players. Obviously, Steph Curry is going to be on every single one of these lists, but the lead in the league in scoring is the Utah Jazz Steph Curry at 42.3 points per game. There's 2 Steph Currys averaging over 40, but they're both on bad teams. Well, bad real life teams. They might be really good in this game. Leading the league in rebounds, no surprise to me because he's got 2 3-point shooting guards who just jack up threes. Nurkic leading the league in rebounding. Capella, also same situation, him and Trae Young, shooting up a lot of threes. Leading the league in assists, no surprise here. Also is Chris Paul. He's got Devin Booker and Steph Curry to pass the ball to. He's going to get a lot of assists. He already does anyway. Leading the league in steals, DeJounte Murray. They don't play a lot of good defense, so that's interesting to me. Leading league in blocks, Miles Turner by a mile. Desmond Bane is leading league in 3-point percentage at 49%. Steph Curry's got to be the worst defender in the league. Look at the points allowed per game. It's all Steph Curry. That's insane. Now let's see who's the MVP of the league. It is Luka Doncic. So Steph Curry is the missing piece to the Mavericks. They need to trade everything for Steph Curry. That doesn't seem like a bad idea to me, if it's at all possible. Luka Doncic averaged 39 points, 13 half rebounds, 13 assists, 2 steals, a block, shooting 53% from the field, 86 from the line, and 46% from 3. Steph Curry just allowed Luka to ascend to another level that no other basketball player has ever played. Rookie of the year, Paolo. Defensive player of the year is Giannis. I don't even know if this team made the playoffs. Most improved, Tyrese Halliburton. Now this is a surprise to me. Only 1 Steph Curry on the all-league first team. Luka, Steph Curry from the Jazz, guy was averaging 1 million points. Giannis, LeBron, and Jokic. I guess that makes sense. That's the 5 best players in the league, I would say. Then the second team, we got 2 Steph Curry, Spurs and Magic, 2 bad teams. Jason Tatum's on there, Jimmy Butler, and Joel Embiid. Third team, got 2 more Steph Curry from the Bulls and the Raptors, who I think they both did really well. Paolo made it, and Bam made it. 2 Heat players made it that were not Steph Curry. All defense. So Luka's even better with Steph Curry, even on defense. Paul George, no surprise. Giannis, Draymond, Rudy. That makes sense. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, LeBron, Jaren, and Anthony Davis. So 2 Lakers on the second team. That makes a lot of sense. Teams fighting in the Western play-ins is the Thunder playing against Jokic and Steph and Jamal Murray in the Nuggets. The Lakers are playing against the Light the Beams. And let's see, in the East, the Hawks are playing the Celtics are the 8th seed, and Indiana and Charlotte are the 9 and 10 seed. That is insane. Those teams are really good. How do they not make it? Let's simulate the play-in. The Lakers have been eliminated. The Hornets eliminated. The Thunder eliminated. The Hawks eliminated. The Kings and the Nuggets make it through on the west side, and the Pacers and the Celtics make it on the east side. The Pelicans are the number 1 seed, no surprise here. The Bulls are the number 1 seed in the East. That's surprising to me. No Bucks? Hold on. What was the finishing standing? Trailblazers only had 24 wins. The Warriors missed out on the playoffs by 1 game. How about in the East? The Bucks had 35 wins, and they missed the play-in by 4 games. That is horrible. How did the Bucks get so much worse by adding Steph Curry? That's a shocker. I thought they were going to win the championship. I thought that was the most dominant team. And the Wizards, who I said a dark horse team, I wouldn't be surprised. I am completely wrong. They only won 10 games. Can't win them all. Can't win any of them, really. And the Bulls were 60-22, and they were the best team in the league by 9 games. So let's simulate the first round. See who makes it through. So there was 1 sweep. The Phoenix Suns got swept by the Nuggets. And the number 1 seed, the overall number 1 seed, best team in the league by 9 games, gets swept by a team from the play-in, the 8th seed. Wow. The Nets get swept. KD and Kyrie, they did not want to play, I guess. Ben Simmons didn't want to play. It was just Steph by himself. And the Heat sweep the Celtics. So left in the playoffs is the 2 seed, the 6 seed, the 5 seed, the 8 seed, the 1-4, and the 6 and the 7. So a lot of upsets just happened. Let's simulate this round. The Jazz made it this far. They got 1 Steph Curry going crazy on that team. They made it this far. They get swept. The 7 seed Nuggets that came from the play-in have swept 2 series. That is insane. The Heat advance and the Cleveland Cavaliers without Darius Garland advance. I apologize, Cavs fans, if you lose to the Miami Heat. I'm sorry. Now let's go game by game here. 1-1, 2-1. So both series are even. The Heat are going to advance. No, not so fast, say the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Nuggets are eliminated 4-1. And the Cleveland Cavaliers are forcing a Game 7 against the Miami Heat. What are they playing for, LeBron James or something? And the Cleveland Cavaliers advance. Steph Curry is the Western Finals MVP after 26 and 14. And he's the Eastern Finals MVP. Born in Akron, Ohio, with 30 points, 11 rebounds. So the kid from Akron, not LeBron James, Steph Curry, takes the Cavaliers to the finals against the Pelicans, who I said is a sleeper team, but obviously not a sleeper. They dominated through the playoffs. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, the 5 seed, swept Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons, and Steph Curry. Beat the Raptors into 1 game. Took the Heat to 7 games and beat them. I think the Pelicans are going to win. I don't think that was the most overpowered team, but clearly they're much better than everybody else. But it's the Zion Williamson effect. In 2K, Zion is unstoppable. They're up 3-1, and I think they win the series here. And they do. Steph Curry, no surprise, MVP, 32.5 points per game, 13 assists, 7.5 rebounds, 56% shooting from 3. So I guess the teammate best suited for Steph Curry is Zion Williamson. Is that kind of like that small forward, slasher, big body type guy, kind of like Charles Barkley. I'm curious to see why the Giannis Antetokounmpo team didn't work, because that's like Zion, but even better. I appreciate you guys for watching. Please hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. Comment down below what player I should do this with next, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!